Gary, in the first part of the two-part interview, we primarily addressed the new signings and departures. 10 players were also retained, which gives us a really strong spine for next season. How pleased are you to seal all their services?
Yeah, I think it was important that we had some continuity, Jack. I said that was really important in the proposals I put to the board, that you don't all of a sudden rip up the script because you haven't quite got over the line. There was, as I say, a lot of good contribution made, and the ones that I feel we've retained are the ones I seriously wanted to retain, and they're the ones that I felt was a great foundation to build from. So I'm pleased with them 10, and I thank them for committing to our pursuit for success next year, because that's what it is. It's we need to be successful next year, and that is something that I'm pretty aware of, and they are as well. But they're on board, they're on script with us, and they're very much geared and focused to to building on and bettering what we done last year, because they know if they better what we done last year, we'll go and get what we what our targets are as we sit here now.
Our pre-season starts next week when we host Hutton here at New Lodge, which also includes the visit of 3 National League sides. You must be pleased to be playing such a high calibre of opponent.
Yeah, I try and do it every year, Jack. You attempt to make the pre-season as competitive and as challenging and as demanding as you can. We start with Hutton, who have had a really positive season last year, and they're a side that obviously Matt I'm close with, so that's one we always start with, but it still gives us an opportunity to blow the cobwebs away and get ourselves where we need to be in a tough game. But the National League games are going to challenge us, they really are. They'll really give me a good indicator of where we're at, because they're going to be good players. They're going to be players that are familiar and playing 2 levels above us. So it's going to be tough, but it's how we want it to be. We could quite easily line up level 4 and level 5 sides locally and play sides that we'll be comfortable against, but you get no real true indicator of where you're at. And I think our pre-season, when you look at it on paper, we've got level 3 sides, level 2 sides and level 1 sides to really see where we're at. So I'm looking forward to seeing where the side is. I don't, as I said, pre-season's about staying healthy and getting some patterns and getting some identity and working towards an end goal. So it's not result driven, although I don't go into any games not to win. So pre-season is important that we build some momentum with not only performance but also some wins if we can.
It really showed towards the end of the season with over 3,000 here for the final game against Cheshunt, which was followed by a similar number in the playoff semi-final. Supporters have an instrumental role to play in a massive campaign ahead.
Oh, totally. I think the support towards the end of that. The support all season was excellent, Jack. I think what happened with our successes of the season as they went on, and how close we started to get towards the end, and how well we were challenging for the big goal and the big prize. The numbers grew, but the support was fantastic throughout. Towards the end, as I say, the noise and volume and masses that come through the gate was so well appreciated and so well received by the change room, and we've got to try and replicate that if we can. We're desperate to make sure the numbers are up, but we've got a duty and a responsibility from the football pitch to make that happen. If we start successful and start on the front foot and get out in front, what is our set up and target and remit to do, then hopefully the numbers will get into the 4 figures and beyond, and we can build on what we did last year. But they're massively important to everything we do. I think there's a connection, I've said, from the terraces to the change room to the manager's office to the boardroom. There's the best connection. It's been shared with me that it's the best connection we've had within the football club for a long time, and we've got to harness that and look to to make that even stronger, and that's our intentions as a changing room.
Just to finish and slightly away from the football, yourself, myself, Danny Green and Fabio Valenti are running, walking or cycling 5k every day in July to raise money for Prostate Cancer UK. Is that something you're looking forward to?
Don't know about looking forward to, Jack, but it's something I can relate to. I mean, it's obviously a really important charity. It's something that is relatable to myself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to contributing to it for sure. I tend to do quite a bit of biking and walking myself. There won't be no running on my part because my knee doesn't allow me to run around the block, but I'll be making sure I walk or run for them 31 days, isn't it, in July? So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm making sure that you know, the others are doing their bit as well. I'll be interested to see if Greeny or Fabs are doing any of it running, or if it'd just be biking or walking. But yeah, no, looking forward to it, and it's, as I say, a really important charity, Jack.